Gilberto Ramirez versus Billam-Smith Cruiserweight Unification just announced. This better not be pay-per-view. There's no information about whether it is or not on the poster, but it better not be because this is not a pay-per-view level card. Ramirez and Billam-Smith are not pay-per-view fighters. These guys are not stars. What, just because it's a unification, it should be pay-per-view? No. There have been countless unifications on regular Sky over the decades. It's not just about the titles, it's about the fighters, how big their public profile is. As I say, no indication that it is pay-per-view yet, but maybe they're just waiting to gauge public reaction before they make a decision on that. Well, here's the public reacting. Elephant in the living room. There is literally nothing worth watching on DAZN that isn't pay-per-view now. Nothing. The content that is included as part of their subscription fee is rubbish. Plain and simple, it's rubbish. And people are paying $20 a month for that, or £20? No, you're taking the biscuit. Yes, the Riyadh season cards have been fantastic so far, but everyone can't be on a Riyadh season card. You need to have some of these guys who are not stars on shows that are not behind a pay-per-view wall. Most of them, in fact. This quote-unquote Latino night, November 16th, Gilberto Ramirez versus Billam-Smith is a prime candidate for that. I don't care if it's in Saudi Arabia. I don't care if it was on the flipping moon. First fight card in history to take place on the moon. Don't care. It's about the fights. And it's not that these fights are bad. It's just not pay-per-view worthy stuff. There's nobody on here that's a star. Let's not go down the road that PBC were going down a few years ago when they were putting literally everything on pay-per-view. You guys remember that? They put Luis Ortiz versus Charles Martin on pay-per-view. Luis Ortiz versus Charles Martin. What a shocker. Now, the DAZN hasn't sunk that low yet, but let's apply some pressure to ensure that they don't get any funny ideas. We need to make it very clear as a boxing community, here and no further. This is the line in the sand. Pay-per-views must necessarily involve superstar fighters. If there's no superstar fighters on there, no pay-per-view, thank you very much. Look at the names on the undercard here. Jose Ramirez versus Arnold Barboza. William Zepeda versus Tevin Farmer. Oscar Collazo versus Edwin Hernandez. Oscar Duarte versus Kenneth Sims Jr. There is no way on God's green earth that I would ever even think about paying for this. And I've paid for all of the Riyadh season events so far, without hesitation. Again, this ain't a bad card, but it sure as hell ain't pay-per-view worthy. So don't even think about it. You know, many people have come along over the years and tried to implement a UFC-style model in boxing. Up to this point, they've all failed. Turki Al-Sheikh is the latest guy who wants to try it. He's got very deep pockets, but let me tell you this. He's gonna fail as well if they put literally everything on pay-per-view. DAZN was supposed to be the pay-per-view killer. That's how they marketed themselves. And now there is literally nothing worth watching on DAZN that isn't pay-per-view. Their regular content is rubbish. Not just for boxing either. If you want to watch NFL on there, you got to buy a special Game Pass, right? Very expensive. On top of your regular subscription fee, as I understand it. Correct me if I'm wrong. But certainly with boxing, it's a shocking state of affairs. And what's worse is, it's become notoriously difficult to cancel your DAZN subscription. It should be as simple as the click of a button, like it is on Netflix. Very easy and simple to cancel a Netflix subscription. Whereas DAZN are trying to make people jump through hoops of fire to cancel their subscription. Brand reputation means a lot. And stuff like this is going to harm DAZN's brand reputation. But when you've got a company that thinks they've cornered the market, they often start acting a damn fool. That's why competition is important. And we don't necessarily have to like the competition as fans. We just need it to be there, and we need it to be competitive, because that will force both sides to give fans a better deal. That's how it works, because they're competing for our dollars, or yen, or pounds, or whatever currency they use in your country. Anyway, quick rant on that, but an important rant. This had to be said. We need to stand up now as a community of boxing fans and let DAZN know what it is. The thing about these Riyadh season cards is you can buy them on multiple pay-per-view platforms. I salute Turki Al-Sheikh for that, because ostensibly they're not all at the same price. For example, the AJ Dubois show is cheaper on payperview.com last I checked. Anyway, I'll leave it there, but spread the word. We're not having it. Like and subscribe. It's your boy Hatman, I'm out.